Okay, I just started my video over. But anyway, in my book, like, I started like, it's hard to explain. I almost should get it out and just like video every page. That way, you know, it's just out there. But because it's just hard to explain the emotions. But I just, especially catching your wife all the time, calling her out, it doesn't matter. I wish I would have done what a friend of mine did. His wife did the same thing, but he went out and took keys out of the truck and beat the piss out of the guy. Ended up in jail. It would have been worth it if I'd have done that, because then there would have been proof. But I got rid of my proof because I was going to kill myself anyway. But anyway, so like I had all these videos, I was recording everywhere. I had 525 videos on my phone, something like that. I was paying Apple like $10 a month for a terabyte of space, or maybe 2 terabytes of space. Because I had so much on my phone, so much proof of everything, videos, you know, of the wife walking out of Lakeside. I had videos of them recording me, like they would set up in spots. I had a perfect spot, or I did a whole like series or whatever, 10 videos on them recording me leaving Valmont, like the white truck. And then I knew who one of them was, because he worked at a different part of Valmont, and the other one, I didn't know his name, but I knew what he looked like, and he drove a freak, what did he drive? I had videos of them and everything. They would line up strategically outside Valmont, like on 275, like on one of them was on it was an SUV that he drove. I cannot remember what kind of SUV, but anyway, this was like 3 or 4 years ago. This was probably, you know, 3 or 4 years ago. That's when I really started noticing everything. No, it was 3 years ago, because I wasn't quite sure before that. I just believe it's been like 5 years they've been doing it, from writing my book. I could drive out there and show you, or do a video on where they were at, strategically to videotape me. And that was when I was in the Escape, the vehicle my oldest boy drove. Well, in this was just a few weeks ago. I parked. I couldn't do a job because of the blood. I can't handle blood. It was a meat like packing place or whatever. They told me I would just be moving boxes and driving forklift. Well, like blood gets on the floor. Like if somebody accidentally, which they didn't tell me about this, but like when somebody would unload a truck or whatever and they would stab a fork through the bag, blood would come out of that bag. It was just complete nastiness. And where am I going? I'm supposed to be getting frozen pizza. I'm just driving all over the damn place. And then blood will leak out on the floor. Well, they don't clean it up. They just run it over it, and it's sticky because of the cold. Like it sticks to the floor, and then you drive over the forklift, and it's just nasty. It's just nasty. So I had to quit or whatever. So nobody knew, and I did not have my phone on me. This is when I realized they have a tracker on this car. Is I went to my temp agency you know, really early. I pretended I told Cindy. I mean, I lie to her all the time about going to work. I do. So I get tired of her bitching and I can't handle going to work. Because I believe even though the blood was nasty, I went through the same thing that I go through at my jobs where, man, I have ADD. I can't like stay on one thing. Pretty much, like what happens is people. The reason I think I mean, it was only a couple days into that job, and they already found me. And the reason I think they did is because I was sitting in my car, and this dude was walking straight at me, like trying to figure me out. When everybody else would just walk in, he came straight at me. And I'm like, what the hell is this guy doing? And then he kept staring at me as he walked in front of my car, right? I was like, well, there we go. He's looking for me. Well, then when I went back to work, all of a sudden people at the office, this is what happens. This is how you know. People at the office would come out to get a look at me because they're all talking about me in the office. So they'd come on into the cooler, mind you, and they would stare at me and then turn around and walk out. And, you know, like 5 of them did it. I was like, oh, they already, I mean, I should have known then because I never took my phone to work. But I also told Cindy that I was working in a cooler, even though I told her Omaha Steaks, and it wasn't. It was a different cooler. So they could have called everybody with a cooler is what I was thinking. Well, I went to the temp agency. I want to say it was like Thursday morning because I worked at this place Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday morning, and I was there probably at 6, I think. And they didn't open until 7 or whatever. So I sat there, waiting for 7 o'clock. Well, all of a sudden, this SUV, I could go do a video on that because that's not far away, whereas Valmont's all the way to Valmont, or Valley, I mean, or whatever. Anyway. And then to my right, when I was sitting, I backed into this parking spot. Well, to my right, all of a sudden, this SUV showed up. I believe it was a Suburban, and stopped. And I could see the person, like, it just kind of looked weird. I couldn't really tell if somebody was. I just freaking sat through a green light. Goodness gracious. I didn't know for sure about that one. Well, then they went around the building, then they stopped over on this side. Like then, right then, I was like, yeah, they're probably recording. They want to get both sides of the car. And then like 5 minutes later, behind me, across the street is a church. This SUV, really nice SUV. It looked like a really nice Explorer. Pulled up in front of the church or whatever, up on this little hill, and stopped. Like there's no reason for him to stop right there. Right there in the driveway, straight across from me. So right then, I was like, oh, they're recording me. So they knew I was there. How? And that's when I realized that this car is bugged. There's a GPS on this car. And it's parked outside. Even though I do believe there were some fishy things going on like Monday of this week. But I do believe that they bugged Tavians because Cindy opened the garage door, came upstairs, was messing around. I'm like, what are you doing? You opened the garage door. She's like, yeah. So I don't know if she opened the garage door to let them in to put one on Tavian's vehicle. So that's why I'm driving this. It doesn't make any difference. Plus I have my phone so they know where I'm at. So I think Cindy let him in to bug Tavian's vehicle because that's the vehicle I would take and they wouldn't know where I was. Because she was acting all weird and the video camera didn't pick up anything. Video camera on the garage didn't pick her up leaving. It didn't pick anything up, so I think she deleted everything. Alright, I'm going to stop this video, go on Family Fare, get some frozen pizza. It's 10:35. Alright, bye.